Thank you for calling. Unfortunately, you will now have to perform being a human to someone who is not yet familiar with your humanity to constitute a structure, and then participate in that structure. Press 1. To leave a message, press 2.
I love that, the macho socialism line,
Yeah, right.
which is, like, insane.
All those alphas in the DSA
Yeah, like, it's like, what is
building
socialism?
grassroots movements.
Yeah, it's a bunch of guys who wear tote bags and ask women for permission to kiss them.
To ask for permission, press 1. To go to sleep, press 2.
It definitely was not, I thought it would be cathartic. It was not a cathartic experience. It didn't purge myself of the dream. Or
You still having the dream?
I've had it, like, yeah, it creeps up, it surprises me.
To investigate your surroundings, press 1. To wake up, press 2.
But there's more than one way to be authentic. You don't have to be a diarist. You can also be a novelist, metaphorically speaking. So it's possible to express yourself through lying, or you can be yourself by becoming someone else.
To become yourself, press 1. To become someone else, press 2.
If you're interested in looking into the topic of identity further, it was a kind of boring area. There was a lot of drugs, there's a lot of alcohol, and it's like, is this what I want? Is this what I want to see myself as? Because when you look at a picture of yourself, that's how you're going to see yourself. Oh, what does she think she's doing now? Oh, you're different now. Oh yeah, well, I knew you back then. Taking a step back from that was something I really need to do, and it wasn't even super clear at the time. Like, wasn't like, oh my God, that's it, I have to give this up. Nothing like that. It was just an awareness that grew in me, and I was like, oh, I don't even want that because I'm filling my life up with other things.
To leave so that you can come back again, press 1. To drown yourself in your mum's pool, press 2.
So, if you're talking about the more general allure of drugs, to the extent that I understand it, which is about as specifically as I'm going to talk about it, it seems to me to be, and this isn't a very original thing to say, it's a pretty natural extension of corporate capitalist logic, which is, I want to feel exactly the way I want to feel, which is good, for exactly this long, and so I will exchange a certain amount of cash for this substance, and I will do it, but it's all of course a lie, because the control gradually goes away, and it stops being that I want to do it and becomes that I feel I need to do it. And that shift from I want something to I feel I need it is a big one. Yes? I mean, most of the problems in my life have to do with my confusing what I want and what I need.
To seek medical assistance, press 1. To martyr yourself in a foreign conflict, press 2.
Y tuvimos que crear toda una cosa nueva. And we had to create a whole new thing. Ahí se cometen errores. You have to make mistakes there. Esos son nuestros dos enemigos. Those are our two enemies. La ignorancia, la improvisación por un lado. Ignorance to improvise. Y los Estados Unidos por el otro. And the US on the other hand. El primero estamos venciendo. We are conquering the first mistake. The first question. El segundo también. And the second too.
To continuously confront a violent reality, press 1. To move to Northern California, press 2.
I hate the weak person who go to art and say, oh, that hurt me, that image. Why to make pictures for that person? They are blind. Poetry is violent. This is the reality. They are so much in a violent world, so much, they don't want to see that. I am in the middle of violence. I am in the middle of a screen of television now. There I am, in the middle of the screen of that television which is showing every day the violence of the world. And the person is saying to me, oh, you are violent. I like violence.
The object necessarily says something about the subject. Any question we ask about the world echoes a fundamental question about ourselves. For an unmediated view of your surroundings, press 1. As soon as you have something you fear losing it. As soon as you have something you want something new. To already have nothing, press 2.
Work is something serious, that you do for a purpose, because you believe that you've got to go on living. You work to survive, because you think you have to survive. That was one of the things they told you as a little child. You've got to go on, man. But you don't have to. This thing doesn't have to go on. So, you see, there's really nothing to worry about. When you blow a cigarette or pipe or something in a cloud of smoke and you see it in the sunbeam, and it's full of whorls and designs and all kinds of marvelous things going on, and then slowly it disappears. Well, everything's just like that.
Press 1. To press 2.
I like to look at the horizon, and that is nice. It is always there flat. I like the way it feels here. I'm not sure that I could work in a city where I was constantly being overstimulated, overcharged in a way.
Are you optimistic about the future?
The future of what?
Us.
I don't know. I hope so.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye.